This is not a coincidence. This is not random. You didn't stumble into this season. God ordered it. The delays, the detours, the heartbreak, it's all been building to this moment. And God told me to tell you, it's all planned for the start of May. This isn't just another month. This is the divine launch pad for what heaven already scheduled. God didn't forget you. He was setting the stage, arranging the pieces, and now May is your appointed moment. Get ready, because what's being prophesied is about to manifest. It's not coming later. It's starting now. God operates by seasons and divine timing, not by your watch, but by His will. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, to everything there is a season, and when God declares that the season has shifted, no force on earth or in hell can delay what He has ordained. May is not just another page on the calendar. It is a divine announcement that the atmosphere is changing. It is the ushering in of a moment that has been hidden in the heart of God, waiting for the right alignment in the earth and in you. This is not just about the natural change of weather. This is a spiritual climate change. What was locked is now loosed. What was withheld is now released. What seemed distant is now at your doorstep. God is speaking to those who have endured, to those who have been faithful in the unseen places. And He is saying, now you must understand that when heaven declares a moment, it is not subject to your circumstances, your emotions, or your surroundings. God's timing does not consult your current condition, it overrides it. And if you're waiting for everything around you to make sense before you believe it, you will miss the miracle that is wrapped in this moment. The appointed time is not when you feel ready, it is when God says it is ready. Heaven doesn't wait for your convenience, it moves in divine cadence. And right now, everything is aligning. Doors that were previously shut are starting to swing wide. People you thought forgot about you are about to remember you. The promotion you were passed over for is being redirected in your favor. Why? Because God said the time has come. This is your Kairos moment, your divine window. A Kairos moment is not just about opportunity. It's about ordained opportunity. It's the moment where your preparation collides with God's intention. It's when heaven opens up a space and time for destiny to be fulfilled. The enemy tried to convince you that you missed it, that it passed you by, that you were too late or too broken. But God's plan has not changed. You may have gone through delays, but you were never denied. You may have cried, but your tears have been collected in heaven's jar. Every disappointment, every betrayal, every lonely night, it was all preparing you for this divine release. May is not an accident. It is the manifestation of God's strategic timeline. So you must respond like someone who believes the time is now. Speak like it, walk like it, pray like it, move like it. God does not waste words. And when He says it is the appointed time, it means everything that tried to stop you has already been overruled. This is your moment to step into what was once only a promise. The season has shifted. The door has opened. The appointed time has come. And it is now. Stop thinking God forgot about you. Stop rehearsing the lie that your pain was pointless, that your delay was a denial, or that your tears fell unnoticed. The waiting wasn't wasted. The silence of God did not mean the absence of God. It meant He was working in places you couldn't see, aligning things you didn't even know you needed. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. You weren't being overlooked, you were being developed. Just like Joseph, who was betrayed and thrown into a pit, then imprisoned for doing right. He wasn't being punished, he was being positioned. Every setback was a setup for purpose. God was using the hardship to humble him, the betrayal to bless him, the prison to prepare him. By the time Pharaoh called for him, Joseph didn't just interpret dreams, he carried the wisdom of nations. And look at David, anointed in private but assigned to the pasture, a future king but stuck tending sheep. Why? Because God knew that ruling over people requires the heart to serve them first. So God trained David in the solitude of obscurity. He fought lions and bears in secret so he could take down giants in public. What looked like delay was divine strategy. What seemed like a detour was essential to the design. David wasn't stuck, he was being sharpened. That's what's been happening to you. Every trial, every season of waiting, every night you cried yourself to sleep, it wasn't for nothing. The resistance was never rejection, it was refinement. Just like gold in the fire, the heat didn't come to destroy you. It came to purify what God was calling out of you. You've been in the fire, but you're coming out formed. You've been under pressure, but it's producing power. You've been hidden, but God is about to reveal the version of you that the fire couldn't break. Now that you're ready, the release can begin. God doesn't elevate unprepared people. He doesn't pour destiny into vessels that haven't been purified. The crushing had a purpose. The breaking was for birthing. The pruning was for growth. May is not random. It's the result of your readiness. You've endured long enough. You've obeyed long enough. You've grown deep enough. And now what God has been doing in you is about to show through you. You're not entering this month as a victim. You're walking into it as a vessel of victory. What tried to destroy you made you stronger. What tried to bury you gave you roots. And what was meant for evil is about to be used for your elevation. So stand tall, not in pride, but in preparation fulfilled. This is your time. Not because the month changed, but because you did. And now that you're ready, heaven has scheduled the release, not as a reward for perfection, but as the manifestation of preparation. You were never being punished, you were being positioned for such a time as this. God has been watching what you did when no one else was clapping. He saw you worship when it hurt. He saw your quiet faithfulness. And now he's about to reward what you did in the dark with a manifestation in the light. May is when obedience meets overflow. You're stepping into a harvest because you didn't abandon your post in the drought. You didn't serve for applause. You served because of allegiance. You weren't motivated by platforms, titles, or recognition. You were driven by purpose, convicted by truth, and anchored by your relationship with God. And while others were chasing quick results, you stayed steady. While some compromised to be seen, you chose to be hidden in Him. And let me tell you, nothing done for God ever goes unnoticed. When others saw silence, heaven saw sacrifice. When others saw delay, God saw discipline. You weren't being punished, you were being proven. God took note every time you pushed past your pain and still lifted your hands. He remembered every moment you chose character over comfort. When you turned down opportunities that would have taken you off your assignment, He recorded that. When you kept showing up, praying, sowing, serving, and standing firm, even when your heart was broken, He was watching. And now in the divine calendar of destiny, May is marked as the month where hidden obedience becomes public overflow. The same field where you labored in tears is about to become the field where you reap in joy. Some people will wonder how you rose so quickly. They'll be confused by the favor suddenly attached to your name. But what they don't realize is that it's not sudden, it's scheduled. They didn't see the nights you wept, the hours you prayed, the things you gave up, and the voices you silenced just to stay in alignment with God's will. They didn't see the spiritual warfare you endured and the giants you slayed in private just to protect your integrity. But God saw it all. He collected every tear, recorded every act of faith, and stored every sacrifice like seed waiting for the rain. And now, May is the rain. May is the release. May is the reward for the road you walked in silence. You didn't abandon your post in the drought, and because of that, the drought is over. Your roots went deep when others gave up and walked away. That's why your fruit will be greater. This is not a payout for popularity. This is the fulfillment of prophecy. You obeyed when it didn't make sense, and now you're about to walk into a season that won't make sense to anyone but God. It's the very people who overlooked you are about to watch God elevate you. Not because you campaigned for it, but because you were consistent for it. Not because you manipulated doors, but because you waited for the one God would open himself. This is your moment. This is your month. Your obedience was not in vain. Heaven saw it, heaven honored it, and now heaven is responding. This isn't wishful thinking, it's divine scheduling. God is not a God of chaos, and he doesn't work in random, uncontrolled patterns. When he speaks with intentionality. When he declares something, he declares it with purpose. Jeremiah 29:11 clearly tells us, I know the plans I have for you, and that declaration holds a truth that transcends time. The plan hasn't changed. It's been unfolding, and you are right in the middle of it. Heaven isn't trying to figure out what's next in your life. The answer is already written down. Think about this for a moment. Your name has been marked in heaven's calendar for this very moment. Heaven knew you would be right here, right now, and God, in his infinite wisdom, has already arranged your breakthrough. This isn't about some vague future or uncertain time. The time is now. The season is ripe. God has already scheduled your breakthrough, and he's been preparing you for this exact moment, even if you didn't see it coming. There's nothing random about where you are or where you're headed. This is divine orchestration at its finest. It's so easy to think that we are waiting on God, but the reality is God is waiting on us to step into alignment with his plans. He has already completed the work in the heavenly realm. The breakthrough is already secured, but it requires your participation. You must respond to his call and align your heart, your actions, and your faith with the timing he has set. If you're waiting for a sign, know this: the sign is already here. You are the sign. The breakthrough doesn't come when you just hope for it. It comes when you take action in agreement with what heaven has already declared. You're not waiting on God to create something new. You're waiting on yourself to catch up with what God has already completed. He's not going to repeat his work. He finished it. And now it's your turn to walk in it. It's easy to feel stuck or as if you're in a holding pattern, but God isn't holding you back. He's waiting for you to embrace what he's already prepared for you. Your breakthrough isn't some future event. It's a present reality that you must access by faith. Your name is already on heaven's calendar, and heaven isn't confused about your timing. It's just waiting for you to move in sync with what's already been planned. So as the start of May approaches, remember this: it's not just another month. It's a pivotal moment in God's divine schedule for your life. Heaven has been preparing for this time, and now it's your turn to step into it. The work has been done for you. Now you have to move in faith, in confidence, and in alignment with God's will for your life. Don't let doubt, fear, or uncertainty keep you from walking into the breakthrough that's already been prepared for you. The season has changed, the shift is here, and now it's time for you to step forward, because what God has planned, no one can take away. You've been preordained for this moment, and heaven is ready to deliver. The breakthrough is not just a possibility, it is a certainty. The only thing left is your willingness to step into it. The wind of God is blowing in this season. But it's not enough just to feel it, to recognize it, or to acknowledge it. You have to raise your sail. It's a divine moment in time that requires a response. God is always moving, but you must align yourself with His movement, or you will miss the opportunity that He's placed before you. The wind doesn't wait for anyone. It's there, it's powerful, and it's ready to propel you forward, but it needs your cooperation. You see, it's easy to get caught up in the waiting game, to be consumed by the vision of what you want to see without doing what is required to see it. But the truth is this: the momentum you've been praying for, the breakthrough you've been longing for, will not arrive unless you act. We often pray for God to open doors, but He is waiting for us to walk through them. There is a partnership between our faith and our works. Faith without works is dead. God isn't going to do your part for you. He's already done His part. He's already set everything in motion. But the timing demands action. When the season shifts, when the winds of God are blowing in your direction, hesitation becomes the enemy of progress. The moment will pass if you don't step into it. And you can't afford to wait for everything to be perfect before moving. If you've been waiting for a perfect moment, I'm here to tell you, this is it. The moment is now. If you wait for ideal conditions, you will wait forever. God's power is made perfect in our weakness, and His plans are unfolding regardless of your current circumstances. Think about the disciples. When Jesus called them, they didn't hesitate. When He said, "Follow me," they dropped everything and moved. Their obedience was instantaneous, not delayed by doubt or the security of their current situation. They moved because they knew the moment would not last forever. And in this season, it's no different for you. The moment has come, and God is calling you to take action. Not tomorrow, not next year, but right now. You've prayed enough. You've fasted long. The waiting is over. You've labored in faith, and now the fruit of your labor is within reach, but it requires action on your part to bring it to fruition. Every prayer you've prayed, every fast you've endured, has been building up to this season of divine momentum. Now the manifestation of those prayers is knocking at your door, but you have to open it. You have to take the first step. God is not going to force you to move, but He will provide the wind of His Spirit to carry you when you make the decision to move forward in faith. This is not the time to shrink back or second guess your calling. This is the time to execute, to step into what God has already ordained. The world will try to convince you that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, that the odds are stacked against you. But none of that matters when you are moving with the wind of God's momentum. When God is on your side, nothing can stand in your way. The obstacles you face are just opportunities in disguise. Opportunities for God to show His strength and power in your life. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Now is the time to raise your sail, to align your actions with the divine wind of God. When you step out in faith, the wind of God will catch you and you will move faster than you ever imagined. The breakthrough you've been praying for is here, but it's up to you to move with the momentum. The time to act is now. Don't let this moment pass you by. You've cried, you've questioned, you've survived, but now it's time to thrive. The heavens are open, the timing is right, the ground is fertile. And God said, it's all planned. Not for next year, not for next season, but for the start of May. Step in, stand up, speak out. Because what God altered, no devil can alter. This is your moment. This is your month. Move like it's already done. Because in heaven, it is.